The lyrical concept of this band is as diverse as is the palette of musical influences. Nevertheless, I want to make sure that there's a unifying factor in all the lyrics. The point I find most interesting these days is where magic and science meet. The great Carl Sagan said once that any sufficiently advanced science is indistinguishable from magic, and vice versa. Any sufficiently advanced magic is indistinguishable from science. In that sense, the last couple of years have yielded a lot of new discoveries that are shaking the foundations of what we think is reality. In quantum physics, for example, we have a couple of questions that pull in doubt the nature of nature, the nature of matter, the nature of solid reality. And we see if we go far enough into either the cosmos or the microcosmos, things are not as clear or as steady as we thought they would be. The double slit experiment in quantum physics was one conundrum that still has not been solved. How can something be a particle and a wave at the same time, and how is it possible that we observe it and it changes its nature from a particle to a wave? In these places, in these very extremes of science, one is almost inclined to think of the mechanics of magic rather than solid matter, if one tries to answer the question, what the hell is going on? At the same time, magic, or at least the more modern branches of magic, every time get closer and closer to where science is at. For example, in chaos magic, which is my own occult background, chaos magic went from something post-Crowleyan, still very symbolic, towards something that is using more the terms of science than the ancient terms of demons and ancient symbolism and analog thinking, so that it transformed into something which Peter J. Carroll calls cyber magic or quantum magic. And for me, this point where magic and science meet is the point that inspires me the most, because you can have both. You can have the solidity of matter and of reality, of our universe, our flesh and blood, but at the same time, because of the indeterminate and uncertain nature of nature, the doors can be opened to imagine whatever is possible, and it is no longer separated. It is no longer that you can be either spiritual or scientific. So this is where our stories take place, and radical as they may be, and also unrealistic as they may be, I want to make sure that there's always a possibility that what we are talking about could actually happen, that you don't need a god from a machine to put the angels and demons there. We depart from what is really there, and we fuel our imagination to go as far as possible, departing from what we know.